Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. There is a message that I want to share with you guys. Indeed, strange things do happen in this world. The message that one of our admins received reads like this. Hello, my brother. How are you? Can you please post my story as hidden identity? I am a man who comes from Zambia. I am currently residing in South Africa, where I am working as a delivery driver. Even sometimes when there are not a lot of deliveries, usually I would find myself working as an Uber driver. So usually what happens is that when I am waiting for some orders, I usually just wait close to this other mall where I usually work around so that I do not waste petrol. There was this other night, my brother, it was a rainy night. So it was almost the three of us who were doing deliveries because on that night, the way that it was raining, it was too much. But when I looked at my family and when I started thinking of the project that I want to do back home in my country, which is Zambia, of starting up a chicken farm, I saw that I didn't have any opportunity to go back home and sleep. When it was somewhere around 8 p.m., some of the delivery drivers, those ones that I was working with, they had already gotten their orders, so they all went out with the pizzas. I was the only one that was there and with my bike. And one thing about these malls, usually when it is late at night, it can get so quiet quickly. You won't even believe that this is a place whereby during the afternoon it is very busy. So I went to this other place where they made a shed for us so that we can park our motorbikes. I was just sitting there. Then suddenly, my brother, I saw a light in the sky. And the light that I saw in the sky, it was the same light that is on my motorbike. So when I kept on looking at that light that was in the sky, I kept on wondering and asking myself if everything that I was seeing was the truth or not. To be honest with you, my brother, for a moment I thought that since I am someone who is a regular smoker, maybe these were the effects of smoking. So that light kept on falling down, and when it finally reached the tar road, then the light spread, like when you have light up a fire, and if you take one firewood that will be burning, and if you hit that firewood onto the ground, you will see pieces of flame all over the ground. That is what happened. I saw many lights on the ground, then everything turned into darkness. Throughout the night, my brother, I was really scared. I even asked myself when I had gotten another pizza order whilst I was driving out. I asked myself why I was so scared like that, because the feeling really had taken hold of me. I could even feel that fear in my stomach. Even now, my brother, that is the problem that I keep on facing. Whenever I feel afraid, I do not feel afraid like I would have seen something that is very scary, but I just fear that in my stomach there will be this other force that will be in there, not a good force, but an evil one. From there on, I'll get so nervous. Sometimes I can even see myself shaking, especially my hands. I now have this problem whereby I shake a lot, and usually people that I come across, they just say that you need to stop smoking because it is the thing that is making you to shake like that. I can't even sign off papers when people are looking at me because of the way that my hand will be vibrating. It is really embarrassing with the type of a job that I am doing. I find myself humiliating myself when I am delivering my packages. But I know where it all started. It all started when I saw that light that was bright in the sky, and that light started falling down to earth. And after it had fallen down, then it separated into several pieces. On that night, when I returned back home, I told my wife everything that I had seen, and she said that maybe it was a ghost. So we decided to pray about it, and I thought that maybe this was the end of that thing that kept on following me. The next time around, On that night, I was working as an Uber driver. So usually when I am working as a Bolt or Uber driver, I go and park at the places whereby there will be a club or a tavern. I do this so that when those people that would have gotten drunk, like they can't drive their cars, or some of the people they would have gotten left behind by their drunk friends, the ones that will be having the car, then they would request Bolt or Uber. So I do this so that I can get customers throughout the night. Whilst I was parked there, usually when I am parked waiting for the app to give me a notification, I usually sit not in the driver's seat, but I climb down, then I come and I will sit at the back seat. That is what I was doing on that night. My brother, whilst I was resting like that, when I looked to the side, I saw for a few seconds that there was a hand that was in the car. This hand, my brother, it was as if the car didn't have any windows at all, because I saw that the hand had gone past the window as if the window didn't exist. That hand, whilst I was looking at it, it then just disappeared, just like that, my brother. Then that spirit of fear kept on entering into my heart. This thing I didn't tell my wife because I do not want her to get worried, because very soon we are supposed to travel back home since we have been saving up a lot of money. So I am just hustling and telling myself that you need to hold on, soldier. Do not be afraid until you have returned back home. Now, this thing, it even attacks me when I am back home. This thing, it used to attack me like when I'll be working at night. But now I have found out that whenever I at home, usually it happens at night. Sometimes I'll be watching TV. I love soccer a lot. So me and my wife, we are just staying in a two-bedroomed house. So usually I'll be in the other room and my wife, she will be sleeping if the football will be played late at night, if it is the Champions League or what. So there was this other night I was busy watching the soccer being played. Then I looked to the window because there was something that had gotten my attention. When I looked at the window with the curtain closed, what had gotten my attention was that outside it seemed as if there was someone who was holding a phone, and that person had switched on the flashlight on their phone and they were busy playing around with their phone. So I said, who is this? Is there any of my friends who has entered into this complex so that they can play around or mess up my mind like that? But the dogs were all quiet because in that complex there are very big dogs. They were not barking. So I kept on looking at that flashlight, and you could actually see the movement, like there was someone that was busy playing with their phone, trying to get my attention. I got up from where I was seated, my brother. That was when I heard a loud bang. This loud bang that I heard, it was only me who heard it. Like there were two trains that had an collision. That was the type of a noise that I had inside my head. And from there on, I started to experience severe headache, and it was really painful. When I reached the window and when I opened the curtain, I saw a very small light. You know, there is this other small creature that usually lights up at night. So that flashlight, as it was playing around, it was more like that creature, but this was not an animal. It was a kind of a creature that I had never seen before, because what it was doing is that it would rest onto the ground and then it would shoot up into the sky, and it will do it very quickly. I don't think that in this world there is a jet or any plane that can fly so fast like that small creature that I was seeing. It would reach almost into the heavens because the brightness of that small creature, the light that it was giving out, it was really bright. I could even see it as it will be flying across the sky. Then within a short period of time, this thing, my brother, from it getting from the ground going into the sky, it would take it less than 10 seconds, and after that it would return back to the window and it will start dancing around. My brother, when I saw this thing, I said, if I tell my wife, she is going to think that I am crazy. And as someone who is always busy on the road, if I tell any of my friends, maybe someone will think that I am going mad and they might report me and I will lose my job. I do not want to lose my job, because from this job that I am having, with the commission that I am earning, I am able to save up some money so that I can fund my small business that I want to start back home in Zambia. So I am just trying to hold on, knowing that one day when the money that we are saving is enough, we will travel back to our country, and this thing, hopefully it won't follow me to Zambia. Oh, dear listeners, right there was a message that I received. It was forwarded to me by one of our admins. Strange things do happen in this world. Please let us talk about this issue in the comment section.